Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another game update overview for The Sims 4. This one is for July 2019, which includes a new feature for Create a Sim called Stories, and there's over 1,000 objects unlocked that were previously only seen in the worlds of The Sims 4. And there's, well, it's a little twist of words. There's new Create a Sim items, but there's just one new hairstyle and some new swatches for items from existing packs. And there's also this rebranding, and what you just watched before I started talking is the new intro for the game. So even though I'm not really a fan of the colors being used for this redesign, I do like the animation aspect of the intro a bit better than the old one. So that's nice. And yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on criticizing the main menu because I've already done that a lot for 2 different videos. So I will just say, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. The Sims 4 logo is like, well, it's so dark blue, and then it's kind of weird beside the plumb bob. The icons, I feel like with the colors, it's just harder to see them, and I hate that the expansion packs have lost their individual colors, and they'll be a little bit harder for me to find in build mode that way, which really sucks. I do like the new render here with these Sims, though I do wish that they had maybe Sims with more varying ranges in body type, and also they definitely should have put a toddler in here because they made this render after toddlers came out. So I don't know, that's kind of strange. But what's also interesting is that, yeah, since at least for the past couple of updates or so, you could scroll through the renders like this. But what I'm pretty sure is new with this update is that, like, say if you leave it on seasons, if you close the game and reopen it, you'll actually come back 2 seasons. This will be the first render you see instead of the newest one, which at the time of making this video is this one. So that's a nice little thing. So if you really have a strong preference for any one of these, or if you just want to change it up once in a while, then yeah, go ahead. You can just leave it on Parenthood if you like that game pack, and then just come back to it every time. So, oh yeah, and I also like the bouncing llama cord and the freezer bunny. I think that's pretty cute. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. Oh wait, no, hold on. There's one other positive aspect I want to bring up with this that I didn't know about this from the Maxis Monthly, but you can click on these trailers here, but it's not like it'll bug you to open them in an external browser or anything. They'll actually play in the game, which I think is really cool. And I don't know if you actually need an internet connection to see the trailers or if they are preloaded into the game, because I just got better internet recently, so it will load pretty fast for me. But I know with my old internet, if this is connected to the internet, then yeah, it would probably take a few seconds to load. But I also find it interesting, you may have noticed, the music has been changed for these in-game trailers. Even though the footage is exactly the same, the background music's different. So maybe it's actually okay for me to leave the music on in the background for YouTube videos and the bots won't come after me. So I don't know. I find that an interesting change. Maybe it's a licensing issue. Who knows? And you can click on these social media things to go to their social media pages. But unfortunately for these, yeah, it will bug you with the whole external browser thing. But I just wanted to point that out with the trailers, because I've seen nobody talk about that, and I think that's a nifty little thing. I don't know. It's not like a make or break thing for me, but it's just a cool extra. But yeah, with that, let's get into the Create a Sim Stories feature. Alright, so here we are in Create a Sim. So, I do want to just say right off the bat, you're not forced to use the Stories feature if you don't want to. So, how you actually do the Stories thing is you just click on the Add a Sim, and you'll see this new option down here, Add Sim via a Story. And then you just click here, and this is basically a personality quiz that creates your sim for you, just answering a bunch of questions. But if you do change your mind and you're like, no, actually, I clicked on this by accident, you can actually just do this, and then you can exit create a sim, reset current household, or just cancel a sim story if you just want to get rid of this sim, but then keep this guy. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad this is an optional thing and not being forced on us. So we have two different ways to make sims now, and I feel like this method here is an interesting way, especially for beginners, to create sims. Alright, so let's start with an easy question. What age am I? I do find it weird, though, that you're limited to young adults, adults, and elder. It just really helps, I guess, reinforce this branding that's so focused on young adults, just like with the render not having any children or toddlers. But anyways, let's go with adult instead of young adults. We'll go slightly against the grain, I guess. Guests are coming over. How do I prepare? Clean and fix everything. Cook lots of food. Make a rockin' playlist. I'll go with make a rockin' playlist. Get the Sonic the Hedgehog music going. Alright. I probably chose one of the traits already since they did an animation there. When expressing myself artistically, I prefer to create something visual, practice music, create function over form. Yeah, I guess we'll go with that one. Also, you can like reshuffle it, so you can go with new question if you don't like the question that's given to you. I do like that it actually does integrate some questions from packs that you happen to have installed, though, so that's cool. So the best part of bowling with friends is strike the bowling team shirts. The bowl of chips. Bowl of chips. I love my chips. Okay, so there you go. Yeah. Oh, yips. Yeah, I love potato chips. Feel most reward when helping people, cats get out of trees. Myself. But yeah, we can like click on this one, and there we go. There's the new one. What do I do for fun? Hang out with friends, explore my creative side, play games, surf the web. Well, I do both of these, I guess, but we'll go with play games, surf the web. I guess I'm going with the last question a lot, but I don't know. What's the most important thing to me? My stuff packs. Just kidding. Not stuff packs. Those are pretty unimportant to me. My family, my reputation. Well, I'll go with my family. And the best part of owning a pet is teaching them tricks, hearing my cats purr, giving them a forever home. I actually haven't owned a pet before, fun fact, so this is kind of an odd one for me, so I'll just reshuffle that one. I don't know why I'm saying reshuffle. Just change the question. If I could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Wow, these questions are kind of interesting. All the art I've made, my contributions to science, I have made none of those, so not that one. For everything I collected, I mean, I've collected a lot of amiibo and Disney Infinity figures and video games, but I don't know if I want to be remembered for that. So go with all the art I've made, because YouTube videos classify as art, right? That quality content. I love visiting the park too. Get some fresh air, go jogging, pet all the dogs. I think for me, actually, just get some fresh air. It's pretty nice. What approach do I take to my job? It's a means to an end. Success is important to me. I trust in my awesomeness. I don't know. I guess just success is important to me. I was thinking either that or the last question. What defines success? Having many friends, being rich, bettering the world. I would say definitely bettering the world. It's just something about these last questions. What's the best kind of plot twist? I've never actually been sure how to pronounce this correctly. Duze Machina? I've never actually... I need to look that up, what that is. I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't, actually. The hero becomes the villain. He lived long enough to become one. Oh no. Or delivery of poetic justice. I think I'll go with delivery of poetic justice. What is with the last question always being, like, the best? Or not always, but almost always. Oh, hey, wait. Okay, this is interesting. So, the hairstyle that she has, this is custom content. So, interesting. I did not know this. So, I don't know if this works with custom traits, because I don't have any in the game right now. So that could be a thing that's also accounted for, but that's interesting that custom content in terms of clothing and hair actually happens too. Although, well, I don't think. Well, this might just be randomly generated. I think it's just the personality and the aspirations that are randomized. Well, not randomized, but like randomized to what you've answered. So, hey, nice to meet you. Feel free to assign my gender, adjust my appearance, and select my clothing. And don't forget to give me a name. Okay. So now on the left, we've got the benefits that we have from doing this quiz. So, career painter, create your own world with a few strokes of a brush, make a place for yourself in the art industry with hyperreal masterpieces or abstract works of unsettling beauty. Well, I don't think I need to read all of these. I think these are just here from the beginning, like in the game. So the skill is video gaming. Yeah, it makes sense with that one question I answered with playing games and surfing the net, and I guess maybe the career painters from like wanting to be remembered for my art. Same with the painting, I guess, possibly. And starting funds are high. Interesting, interesting. Maybe it was from the success question, living the good life. Consider pamper yourself with all of your extra simoleons. All right, so I'm not supposed to, yeah, not supposed to be able to change the traits or the aspiration because, I mean, yeah, then you have the little icon with the My Story because I've seen people say, oh, that's bad that you can't do that. But from what I understand, like, there wouldn't be much point in doing this quiz in the first place if these weren't locked in because it's like, yeah, your personality is decided by this personality quiz, and yeah, otherwise it would just be a glorified cheat that you could just do in game anyway. So just cheat your sim into a career, or cheating up their video gaming skill or their fun. So yeah, I can see why they did this the way they did, but you can still change all the aspects of her appearance here. You can give her a name. So yeah, you can just Kate Jacobson. I don't know. I'm not too picky about the name right now. So you can still change the hair. And actually, there are, well, yeah, like I said earlier, there's one item that's completely new, and then the rest are new swatches for certain items. So let's just filter by base game. Oh no, this is going to be a lot harder to find now that I actually have my custom content in here again. But I will definitely know it when I see it. Oh, actually, it's near the top here. How convenient. So, I actually like this hair a lot. This might be even my favorite base game hair that we have in The Sims 4. I really like this hair. Let's actually just do another rotate around. And actually just do that without the UI getting in the way, and okay, hold on. I just got confused for a second. I thought it wasn't letting me change the color, but yeah, I'll just go through all of them here. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice in all these colors, so definitely intend on using this hair in the future. Nice ad. Alright, so I was just looking up on Sims Community to see which items have new swatches, and I didn't actually know they added this dine out hair to the base game, so that's interesting. I guess I would consider this a pretty universal sort of hairstyle, if that's really even the right word for it. But yeah, it's in the base game now, so you don't need dine out for that hair anymore. Alright, so just to keep things quick here, I'm just going to do a voiceover while I do a slideshow of the new swatches. So, overall, I'm not really a huge fan of this whole taking items from paid DLC and giving them for free, even though, yeah, there is the whole thing where it's like, oh, the people who don't have those packs won't have all the swatches of those items, but still, I feel like it just takes away the value of some packs, especially stuff packs, since they have less items than the other two pack types. Surely they must have known some people would be mad about this. I just wish they had used items that were already base game that they didn't need to take from packs and just go with that instead. This is definitely not the first time that they've reused assets, but there's definitely a lot more of them here this time around, and that does not make me feel good about the future, potentially. Alright, so before I go into live mode and show you the atrocious lot that I made, we're actually gonna go through the loading screen, and oh boy. Even though I don't get migraines from this loading screen like I've seen other people talking about, and I feel very sorry for them, especially considering how many loading screens you can go through while playing The Sims 4. For me, it's more just like, this does not look good. It does not look good with those colors. I definitely would have chosen different ones that maybe are a bit more toned down, and it's just like, I think it's even worse seeing it now in the game versus when I first saw it on the live stream. But maybe it was because I was watching the live stream on a smaller screen. So now when I see it in the game, it's just like wham, and it's not pleasant. It's definitely not pleasant. But yeah, we got a whole lot of objects here. So they did unlock well over 1,000 world objects, and it depends though on how many packs you have installed, because they did unlock plenty of objects from the worlds in the base game, but they did unlock a bunch from different packs. Like this billboard over here is from Get Famous, and then you have this news van over here, and then actually like some of the stuff over here is from base game. I'm pretty sure, like these rocks, and then you have these pets. This one I just sized up with, but yeah, the other ones are just at the default size. Those are from cats and dogs. And then you actually have some train pieces, like you have a caboose, you have a coal car or grain car, and then the locomotive itself is like a diesel engine, so that's cool. I don't know why. I just thought of like that being like a quarter pipe on the end there, as if you're going skateboarding or something. I don't know, but it is just a deco object in the world, so it's not meant to be seen like super close, anyways. And then you got a plane, another plane, and so this billboard's from base game. I actually really like this one. I don't remember that one. I've seen a similar one that has like aliens on it, but anyways, I'm gonna show you how to actually access these objects, and yeah, all those cars that we cannot drive. Ugh. So what you do is you bring up the cheat window with Shift Control C as per usual, and then testing cheats trues the first one that you put in, and then BB. Whoops, that was one B too many. Too many B's. Bees. My eyes. But anyways, BB dot show live edit objects. And the easiest way to actually do this is just go to the search bar, type absolutely nothing. Not the words absolutely nothing, but you know what I mean. And just, you have to scroll down a little bit. Actually, not a bit, quite a lot. And almost all of these objects will just be called debug. Oh, some of these, I guess, are still left over from mods that I left in, so that's why some of them say that they're unlocked by Brazen Lotus. But it's actually, yeah, that one's already by Brazen Lotus. Okay, wait, yeah, I think I had to, yeah, scroll down even farther. So yeah, there's like this bow that's like debug. Oh my gosh, yeah, especially since these are meant to be used in the world by its original design and not to be placed in the world. Yeah, you'll have some really oversized objects, even more so than usual. And according to the patch notes, since they're not optimized for unlock use, be aware that when using this cheat, the most obvious issue that you run into is that Sims will walk through objects. Though it seems like they still walk around the cars just fine. But yeah, you got like some trees from for cats and dogs, and this is boat. Uh, but yeah, I've noticed some of the base game ones actually do have descriptions. Like, well, this one has a title, but not the description. And then you have some cars. Oh yeah, you have the gas station that you can see in the distance in at least one of the neighborhoods in Oasis Springs. So you can definitely fake a gas station. And yeah, there's a whole lot to work with here. I'm not gonna like place every single object on the lot because that would take forever, and we wouldn't even really have a lot big enough to show them all, I think. But yeah, there's quite a bit. And oh yeah, I also did make a different sim here because I don't know, I screwed up and I somehow, like, even though I saved the sim to the gallery, she didn't have her perks from doing the story thing. But then when I made this sim, he actually still retained all the stuff even after taking him out of my library. So he actually has the open mic seeker job and the entertainer career. And then he has bowling because the bowling question came up again. And he has some gardening as well. And then he just had the standard fun. So he didn't have any extra simoleons in comparison to what you usually get. Like, yeah, those funds he has there, I actually did not cheat that at all because also these world objects cost 0 simoleons, so that's actually kind of nice. Then, if you are trying to use some of these objects to just enhance the look of your lot, then you don't need to worry about extra value being piled onto the lot, especially like say if you're making a starter home, I guess. But oh boy, of course, with my luck, it starts to rain, and it's not just a rainstorm, it's a thunderstorm from mysterious weather. Wow. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this update, so I'll wrap it up here. Pretty mixed bag. Pretty mixed bag. Not a fan of the rebranding, but what they did give us in the actual game, I think, is pretty nice. Like, it's really cool that they unlocked so many objects for us. And also, the Create a Sim stories, I think, is pretty nice, especially for people who may have just bought the game and have never played The Sims before. Then the personality quiz, I think, is a good way to just get them started and give them some direction as to like what stories they want to give to their Sims. But yeah, I will link the patch notes in the video description below. Unfortunately, there are not that many bug fixes this time around. I forgot to mention that. I'm pretty disappointed with that, especially since it has been about a month since Island Living came out, so I expected more fixes for that pack in particular. But yeah, I will link them in the video description below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!